Beneath the glimmer, shadows creep. In the stillness, secrets sleep. Each footprint captured, a tale retold, in the embrace of winter's hold. From the poem Whispers of the First Snow by Rashika Ranjini. Winter is a great time to bundle up and head outdoors in search of wildlife tracks, especially after a fresh snowfall. Finding and identifying tracks helps us to learn more about who is moving about in nature and what they might be up to. Animals walk in different ways depending on their body type and the environment they live in. There are more than 30 different known modes of locomotion, and some animals use more than one depending on how fast they are moving. Tracks left in sand, mud, or snow can reveal clues about an animal's size, diet, gait, and habits. Let's head outdoors to see what wildlife tracks we can discover.
Hi there, this is Rebecca. I am out and about on a wintry day. We had snow 2 days ago, quite a bit of it. For us, I guess it was about 3 inches. Some other areas nearby got about 8. But it is a beautiful afternoon. We've had a bit of melt, but it's still quite icy, as you can hear from my footsteps. Out so that I can look for wildlife tracks. I love trying to figure out what they are up to, and looking for their tracks in the snow is a great way to find out. Let me show you what I've discovered.
The human footprint. Here we see the track left behind by a human's right shoe. Humans normally walk upright on 2 feet. Each stride is made up of 1 step by each foot. This is known as the gait cycle.
Humans were here. We could even tell their foot size. How far they walk, whether they were a ballerina. Oh, look, a child. Very small compared to, say, that one. The humans were here.
Coyote track. The coyote paw print has a rounded appearance, and generally there will also be the impression of claw imprints depending on the condition of the track. Claw imprints are left by canines. Big cats have similar tracks, but without claw imprints.
These tracks are really melted, but you can kind of make out pads. It's hard to tell, but if these were fresh, then we would be able to see claw marks as well, probably from a canine, a coyote. But these tracks are well melted, so they're very hard to tell at this point. There are tracks heading up into the woods right there. And they come out here. These are more coyote tracks. We heard them the other night. We've heard them several times. Howling, it's their mating season. Mid-January. They were running along the edge here of the woods. So yeah, off they go.
Deer track. These tracks are made up of 2 pointed hoofed toes that form an upside-down heart shape. Their toes point in the direction of travel. Their tracks are 1.5 to 4 inches long by 1 3 inches wide, and their walking stride is 13 to 26 inches long and 4 to 10 inches wide.
Right, here's another player in the forest. Double hoof, an ungulate. Oh, with a littler one too. Any thoughts? Large animal for scale. There's my hand. There we go. Can't find scat very easily right now because of course it's under the snow, but that would be good confirmation as well. So they go off up to the woods, and that's white-tailed deer. Let me go further and look at these tracks. Oh, yeah. That would be a very large white-tailed deer. Headed off toward the pony barn, owned by our neighbors.
Squirrel track. Squirrel tracks are about 2 inches long and have 5 toes on the hind paws and 4 toes on the front paws. The front paws are similar in size to rabbit prints, but with smaller claws. Squirrels move in a wide and blocky bounding pattern.
Someone jumped down out of the tree and bounded their way across and off into the woods. I am guessing by these prints, let me go back over here. We've got, here's the scale, we've got hind legs and front legs. Someone bounds. What do you think it is? It's a squirrel.
Rabbit track. These tracks are oval and have 4 pads on each foot. The back feet, the thumpers, are larger than the front feet, and the tracks often appear in a crisscross pattern. The front feet are 1 inch long and 3/4 inches wide, while the back feet are about 3 inches long and 1 inch wide.
Whoa! Someone really jumped on the ice. Check this out. Big, long back feet. If we look at the track up here, there's the back feet, and then they pushed off before they did the jump. Thoughts? Big, long thumper feet. Thumper feet in the hedge on the edge of our property. I think somewhere there is a rascally rabbit. Yes, probably a fat one.
Crow track. Crow tracks are about 2 to 3 inches long and have 1 long middle toe, 2 shorter toes on either side, and a long toe behind the middle toe. Crows swagger, leaving right and left steps much as a walking human. You may also see the marks of a tail drag.
A crow landed here and went off toward the woods. Raking sunlight, by the way, is a great way to look at tracks. Search and rescue tend to use dawn and dusk because you get the shadows in the tracks and they're a little bit more distinguishable that way. Oh, we had a whole little dance and then we changed our mind and went back out again. Up the hill, nice tail drag. And off up to there. Let me show you over here though. There's more tracks. A whole little circular thing, another little grubbing spot. And let me zoom out again. There's more of them with crow tracks right next to them. We come over here, there's a really good one. Follow the crow tracks and the humans, we've been here before. But all of this, the leaves on the snow, they were digging for something in there. Maybe some little insects. I don't know if they eat moss. I'm gonna have to check on that. So, the crows have been busy. Following the crow, trying not to slip in the snow and ice. Lots of other tracks. Deer. All heading up to the edge of our neighbor's fence line and our hill, which I know to be a very good travel route. In fact, turkeys have been through this area too, but not lately. So I haven't found any of their tracks out and about. I'm thinking they're somewhere else. Oh look, and there's more grubbing. So that's where the crow went to. There's a deer track right in the middle of it. See if I can get up to it. Right there, as well as right here. A cool thing to do, by the way, is to have a walking stick with you. And if you're trying to follow tracks, human or otherwise, wildlife, you can put markers on your stick for the distance from toe to toe. You can also do the width of the track, so the width, the length, and then the distance between the tracks. and then you use the stick and you sweep it back and forth. You line it up with the next track and sweep it back and forth until you can figure out where the next track is. Now in this case, it's on a hill and there's barbed wire. So right here, I think this was a track jumping down because it's deeper on this end. Although the toe is kind of up here, might be both ways. But they had to jump in order to get up and down. It goes off that way. But it's really fun to try to follow the tracks and see if you can find the next one. Sometimes they're pretty faint and hard to see.
Songbird track. Songbird tracks are three-toed with one toe pointing backward. This foot structure is called anisodactyl and is the most common foot type in birds.
Some small bird has been here. There's a clump of grass. It's probably one of the song sparrows we've been seeing around here. Must have been trying to get any remaining seeds that it can. By the side of the house here, there's lots of little bird tracks. These are mostly song sparrows. Ooh, I'm on thin ice. I can ice skate here. Woohoo! Woo. Okay, anyway, back to birds. We gave them some seeds here after the snow, or during the snow. Anyway, there were lots of tracks. You can kind of see them up and down the hillside here.
Mystery track. This mystery track was seen near where there were lots of human tracks, especially children's-sized tracks, leading up and down the long hillside.
Here's an unusual track. What do you think this is? It happened the other day after the fresh snow was deposited on the ground. We invited our neighbors to go sledding here. It's a great hill for that. Woohoo!
Mystery track number 2. Okay. Of course, it's a tire track from a car that backed up and then pulled forward in a different direction.
Here's a fascinating track. Rather large in size. What could it be? It turned around. Right there. Of course, it's a car. Thank you for joining me. I hope you get outside to look for some tracks for yourself. Thanks. Bye.
Ernest Thompson Seton described animal tracks in the snow as autobiographical chapters of the creature's life. Discovering tracks and other signs wildlife has left behind helps us to create stories about their lives and to feel more connected to the glorious natural world around us, of which we are a part.